Hey, and welcome back to our monthly marketing report on Tarrant County, Fort Worth, surrounding areas of the DFW Metroplex. My name is Aaron Kim, and I've been in real estate for 21 plus years, and I absolutely love real estate. But I love numbers because numbers can predict what the market is doing and what the market is going to do. And what we always do is we look 1 month back. That's what's been happening in our marketplace for April of 2023. And we actually have some really crazy things that are going on because we're seeing numbers that are going higher than what are expected and some numbers that are a little lower, honestly, than what I expected. So I do have my crystal ball here, which is just basically all the raw data of what's happening in our marketplace. And I'm going to start with pricing because that's what everybody wants to know. Is my home worth more money, less money? I know over the last few months, we've been doing tons of tax evaluations for people. And in those reports, we want to try to find the comps that bring those tax values down. And the reports, if you're selling your home, you want the most amount of money possible, of course, based on your home's condition and what you're looking for as far as the overall evaluation of the property. What we found is the pricing is actually going up, and it is surging up. What I mean by that is our averages are up 6.4% over the previous month. So April was up 6.5% over March. On the median side of things, they're up about 3%. Again, median is always going to be a little bit slower to either go up or go down simply because you cut off the bottom and you cut off the top and you get what's left over and you average that out. In the average, it takes all the data. So when you're looking at pricing, realistically, the averages are going to be the most accurate thing of what's happening. The crazy thing is 6 months ago, prices were at 416,076, so we're actually up 3.12% over even 6 months ago. A lot of people think the market has been going down or trending down as far as price has gone, but it's actually gone quite the opposite. It's actually been trending up, and we're actually up over 3% over 6 months ago. Now, if you go back 12 months ago, we were still in those awesome times of 3.5% to 4% interest rates. So, of course, our numbers are going to suffer a little bit there. The average price, a year ago was $444,665, which is actually right about the peak of the market. So we're going to see some stabilization in these numbers when we do year back, now that we move forward into these summer months, because now we're going to be getting more consistent data as far as interest rates are concerned. We're not going to have such a big fluctuation in them as we start seeing last year at this time is when the market really started to soften because interest rates really started to rise. Inventory, we are down yet again in inventory. Only 3,469 homes available for sale. Now that sounds like a huge number, but when you consider Tarrant County is huge. I mean, you're considering huge cities like Fort Worth and Arlington, and then all of the suburban cities around it. That's really not that much inventory, and it's down for the 6th straight month. So we've actually seen a steady decline since that peak happened about October of 2022. And as far as the month supply, it stayed pretty stable, about 1.8 months of supply. And basically the best way to look at months of supply is if no other homes came on the market, we only have about 1.8 months worth of homes before all of them would be sold out. In the boom times, when we were white hot market, that was down in the 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 months. So we do have some inventory. It's just not very much. And we're actually seeing multiple offers come in more and more, and prices on homes go up more and more. And that's fleshing out in the numbers here. List to sales price ratio is at 98.6%. Last month, 97.6. So we're up a full percent. Now, when you're doing price as a factor of list price to sales price, it takes a lot for the average to jump 1%. So we're actually seeing really good price appreciation, which we see in the average prices too. Closed sales, this is where we're kind of getting that misnomer. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. We had one of the highest pending volumes we've seen last month or the month previous in March, but our sales actually went down by 90 total homes. I don't know if it was just because all those pendings came in at the end and we had to wait a little bit to get them to close out this month, but I don't know what's happening there. But we were actually down about 4%, but we are up 8% over 6 months ago. So it's kind of this really weird market to where some numbers are dropping that shouldn't be, but on the whole, it's better than everything we've seen 6 months ago. So that tells us we're in a positive for the market. So if you're needing to sell, looking to sell, this is a good time. If you're looking to buy, again, I've been saying this for 3 or 4 months, you better jump pretty quickly before that summer market hits and we really see a rush of buyers come into the market, and you really see a lot more multiple offer situations. Pending sales, again, were up 6%. So we should see a higher sale number next month than we saw this past month. So as far as 6 months ago, the pending number was only 1,637 homes. We're at 2,289, so a 39.8% jump in pending volume. So again, market is improving. No matter what you're hearing out there, there's a lot of naysayers, a lot of negativity. I'm going to give you the honest truth. I'm not going to be positive just for positive sakes, but when I see things that all point to positives, I'm going to tell you about them. Same thing that happens on days on market. We have seen a huge drop in days on market. The median days on market is 18. Last month, 25. Average days on market, 43. Last month, 52. So a 28 and 17% drop respectively. Just basically saying what we've been saying here. Homes are coming on the market. They're selling faster. They're getting multiple offers, and we're seeing higher prices on them. So all this data be told, the market is actually good. And if we see any kind of price correction, we're getting some good things going on with the market in general as far as the stock market and the inflation numbers. So if we see anything where inflation drops 1%, 2%, 3%, something like that, and it causes interest rates to drop as well with them, and we get into the fives, we are going to see a feeding frenzy in this market. I honestly believe that because we're already starting to see it because people are now getting comfortable with 6.5% interest rates. So if they get into the fives, it's going to be crazy town. So honestly, if you're a buyer looking to buy, I would do it before that happens. Even though you could save money on the interest rate, you're probably going to pay more for the home. So let's pay less for the home and refinance that property later. When rates get down into the fives or maybe even the high fours, some people have been talking about. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you would, just give me a like and share. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell because it identifies you when new videos come out, whether it's on the market or if we're highlighting new homes or new areas in the area that you want to take a peek at. So I hope you have a blessed day, and thanks again for watching this video. We'll talk to you on the next video.